But everybody has needs, right? But needy is just a way of basically demanding that other people do things to meet your needs, right? Not taking ownership of your own needs, right? It's a frame of reference that gives rise to all kinds of observable behaviors. But even using the language of need implies lack of some kind. And I want to move away from that ultimately. It's a good framework and important to use to recognize that it's built into us. But we can also use the word value is really important to me, right? To talk about our needs, to talk about these universal aspects, these parts of the fabric of our wholeness. That anyone is unattended for too long and we become dissatisfied. We experience sadness, disappointment, grief, hopelessness, anger, rage, shame, right? And so just acknowledging that these are all beautiful aspects of the fabric of our wholeness, right? It's not a hole in you. It's not a lack. It's a beautiful compass. It's a beautiful compass guiding you, right? Our emotions are a compass. We usually think our emotions are telling us about somebody else. And they're never giving us information about somebody else. They're always giving us information about ourselves, where we are in relation to our own values and needs. Right? So they're a compass that points to our needs, and our needs are a compass that point us in the direction of making choices and taking actions that will help us to meet our needs. So to see that as this beautiful process, we're never going to stop being drawn by the magnetism of our desires and needs. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Our attention shifts from one to the other and changes as certain needs get handled and well met, and then we can attend to this other need, right? And when I can continually live from this place of taking full responsibility for my needs, because who's responsible for meeting your needs? Raise your hand if you are responsible for meeting your needs. Great. Is there anybody else in this room who's responsible for meeting your needs? Whose job it is? Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, well, your needs. Maybe when you were a child. Yeah, they took responsibility for you. Yeah. But now, who's responsible? Me. And if I want my needs to get really well met, I better get good at collaborating with other people, right? Identifying them and learning how to ask for exactly what I want. Ask for it. We haven't even started looking at real strategies yet, right? We've been in this whole soft sort of fluid world of observations and feelings and needs, you know? We haven't actually grounded it into strategies. Part of that is because we're so wired to go right to strategy when somebody brings us a challenge or a tension or an issue, right? I want to spend this whole day not even looking at strategies so that we can start to cultivate a response that's more curious and open and related to the process that we're in rather than the conclusion or the goal, right? Because if we don't have connection, then it doesn't matter how fucking cool the strategy is. It's going to be a push-pull, power struggle, something else. And so this is about establishing connection. When we can get in touch with our feelings and our needs, we're connecting to ourself. It's self-connecting, right? Do you feel a little more self-connected after sort of looking at yourself through this lens? Noticing your sensations? Yeah. And then we can connect with others through the same process, noticing feelings and needs. When we have connection, our strategies are so much more powerful and elegant. And we'll talk a lot about how to craft those strategies and be concrete and specific about them and do it in a way that's not vague and it's not demanding or pushy or using force. Right? That's what tomorrow is about. We'll also be practicing the specific gongfu of empathy. Practicing empathizing with each other and reflecting and using this awkward language of are you feeling exasperated because your need for order and structure is not met? Right? We get to start actually using this language.